And a very good morning to you, 10:44 a.m. on Weather Watch here on the Rancho, February 13th. No, it's February 12th, Lincoln's birthday, 2019. Welcome to all of you. We have another Stormageddon coming in tonight, 60-mile-an-hour winds, high wind warnings, flooding rain, 6 inches. I think they're going to get about a yard and a half to 2 yards of snow, 6 feet of snow up in the Sierras. Welcome to all of you. Nice to see you, Sean the Brit. Hope you're having a wonderful morning. You know, in light of, I woke up this morning and I look at the hangouts and stuff, and it takes me a while to figure out what's going on. And I saw that Dave the Fisherman had an old hangout that was replaying, and then something evidently went down with a strike. friend Harvey. Good afternoon, everybody. So I thought I would take the chance, and I just want to say I don't think you had a quarter inch of ice heading up to Tahoe. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Raining 60-mile-an-hour winds. I don't think, well, Kenny G, sometimes we have very heavy rainy seasons, and sometimes we have very light ones. So you never really know. Hello, Mitch Jones. Hello, Cornell. Nice to see you. You never really know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. Well, we're in the thick of just pounding. Now, the good news is the live stream event I wanted to have on the weekend, the rain precluded that last Saturday, but I'm looking at good weather here, and it's going to be the ultimate, I think the ultimate kind of liberal snowflake. Going to be kind of fun this weekend. You know, we're going to go into the belly of the beast here, and I think we're going to have a good time on Saturday. It's going to be a long one, but it should be a lot of fun, weather permitting. It looks like something that looks like a round yellow object on my 10-day weather forecast. I had to get out my manual to see what that icon was on there, and it was something called SUN, the sun. I got some snow last night. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time. These type of hangouts, I like them to be short and sweet and to the point. And I do want to mention that, you know, Harvey De Niro Staples made an honest mistake, I believe, today in, you know, posting something. He thought he had the right to do so on Dave's stream, and it resulted in Dave getting a strike. I think ultimately the strike will be reversed because, you know, sometimes, as I mentioned, you can contact a copyright holder because those strikes are automatically given out. They're not human driven. It's not like somebody from that television show sits there and monitors every channel on every YouTube. There's auto striking that occurs on that content. So, and then the you know, the strike is automatically meted out. It says, here's the copyright holder. Well, you have a choice at that time. Go to copyright school, learn the lesson, or B, you can actually write to the copyright holder and ask them if they will remove the strike. Explain in 2 or 3 sentences what happened. Apologize that it happened. Apologize because a panel member believed he had the right to use that content on there, and it'll probably be removed. So, you know, I would say take it easy on Harvey's not the kind of person that would ever in a million years. I think in the heat of the moment, Dave got a little, you know, a little bent out of shape. Hey, it's his right to be whatever he wants on the channel. And I don't tell anybody how those days are long gone of telling anybody what to do on their channel. But I do know Harvey pretty well, and Harvey is a nice person to his core. So yeah, I think this too shall pass. So that's the way I think about it. So let's talk channel strikes and advice. You know, with the change in terms of service for YouTube, you've noticed that the category that's really increased in giving strikes on YouTube is not adult content. It's not copyright. It has to do with bullying. And the reason is, especially when you're doing Hangouts, YouTube Hangouts, it's a lot of stuff for YouTube to review when a Hangout really gets harsh, which it does sometimes. And somebody goes after somebody. I'll talk separately about the category of videos, but somebody goes after somebody and it's very clear that they're chimping out, they're blowing their top, they're cursing a mile a minute, they're calling the other person all kinds of names. Let me tell you, YouTube's not going to take a lot of time to establish content. Okay? They're not going to take a lot of time to establish content. They're just going to strike that stuff. Okay? Because honestly, they don't want you doing a Hangout again. Okay? Or at least being in the penalty box for 3 minutes, 3 months. Hello, Beryl. And you're lucky. It used to be 6 months. Think about that. 6 months. Then if you do a second strike within that 6-month period, then your channel is put on blackout for 2 weeks. You can't upload anything. You can't do anything. And then the third time's the charm, you're out the door. Well, I've been terminated several times. I've managed to bring my channel back. I know what is required to do that. It's not the big issue. The big issue is you want to avoid that kind of thing. You want to avoid that happening to you. And my best advice for bullying is this. If you feel like you want to say something to somebody, you have to do, and you want to do it on a hangout, my advice, and just my advice, is this: say what you want to say it in a measured way. Okay, try to avoid cursing. You know, YouTube just does not, I mean, curse words flow on these hangouts. I pop a few in myself. But when it comes to bullying, they're going to listen to, the reviewer's going to listen to about a 20-second track of that. And if all they hear is MF this, MF that, you're going to get a strike. They're not going to waste time on trying to establish context for that. Okay? They're not going to waste time trying to establish context for that. They just don't want that type of thing on YouTube. I'm always marveled the people that can come on and they can make their point about somebody without having to curse, without having to you know, have all the invective and the hate, and it makes it so easy to get a strike. So that's why people enjoy trying to make people chimp out on YouTube, because it usually will result in a strike, particularly if they go over the top. Yes, Harvey's mistake was definitely an honest mistake. He shared information with me that on his own video that he shared, there was a notation that this content is a content match, and he took that to mean that that could be reshared on another person's hangout. Not smart, okay? But nothing to say about Harvey, because Harvey has a good heart, as we all know. So I think this too shall pass, and things will cool down. You know, Harvey's a positive person. He's brought a lot of joy and happiness to the community. But back to the bullying. You can use the person's name, you can address the person, you can, as long as it's not, as long as you're not just ramming somebody for the sake of ramming them. YouTube, in my opinion, nobody else's, allows you to have that type of discourse. That's right, Kenny G. YouTube going to put a whip down, a lot of stuff, big whip coming down on hate and hate groups. That's exactly correct. This was the biggest change for late 2018 and 19, is that YouTube's tolerance for going after other people, not public figures, but other people on YouTube, has diminished radically here. This is why we see a lot of the channels that repost people's stuff and obviously are there to stir up hate, that they get struck and they get taken down so often here. I think the intelligent thing to do is come on, speak calmly, speak rationally, make your points, put your material out there, and then you never have to worry about getting a strike. But if it looks like that you're part of a bullying, hey, Yujiro Semper Fi, hey, Eddie, if you're part of a bullying crew or an individual, then you will be struck. And unfortunately for those kind of strikes and those kind of pathways with multiple strikes, they are virtually the most impossible. Them and copyright are some of the hardest strikes to ever come back if you get totally terminated. Because YouTube has the philosophy, in my opinion, this is just my opinion is that YouTube believes once you're a bully by nature, you'll probably be a bully again. So no matter what, even after your 6 months, even 6 months after your termination, my opinion, they're still not going to let you on. Okay, they're still not going to let you back on in light of those in light of that bullying. Copyright's the same thing. They're very fearful. Every time a copyright thing slips through the system, that puts YouTube liable for that material. It's like your system didn't catch it, blah, blah, blah. Therefore, you're responsible. You know, you hold out as having this system that's supposed to present our copyright, and yet you have totally failed us, and now we're coming after you. Well, YouTube can't stand that stuff. Can't stand that stuff. Let's see, defensive wrench. Yes, as I said before, I have very, very, very few wrenches in here. How you doing, Tucker? Enjoyed your chat this morning. There's very, very few wrenches in my particular chat. Sometimes when there's too much wrenches, then people go after other people, and you don't have any control over what's being posted on the side chat. Plus, I'm at the point, hey, bottom line, Dave did today on that. It's a good chance to just segue to a little bit of discussion about strikes. In my opinion, this is strictly my opinion. So that's the thing, I think, with bullying on there. You have to be very careful because it's very easy to drop a strike on people that chimp out and bully other people. Now, when it comes to copyright, hey, Sister Earth, hey, Kevin, when it comes to copyright, that's a whole different issue. And you would think that YouTube would be kind of cool about, okay, slap on the wrist, they make you go to copyright school. But they might let you do that one time, okay? But then if you do a copyright thing again, and then you eventually get terminated, I don't think there's any recourse to being back, because clearly you don't understand. Clearly you don't understand what copyright is all about. You'll have some people, hello Beavis, you'll have some people that come on and they believe that because they bought a game that has music in it that they own, or because they bought a CD or a DVD, or they have an MP3 that's playing, they think that because they bought that piece of music, that they have the rights to that. No, you only get the rights for single play, for private use only, not for public exhibition or rebroadcast. A lot of people have basic problem understanding that concept. How you doing, Monique? And they will go to war, and they will go to their grave thinking because they paid the fee to buy the music that they're allowed to use it however way they want, make money on it, monetize. Well, they find out, much to their dismay later on, that they take care, no Nightbot. How you doing, Clancy? They get struck and they get taken out because they fail to understand. So YouTube doesn't want these people to come back ever either. Okay, now, last content, of course, is adult. Last thing is adult content, and a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions. YouTube is a place for, as they say, free expression. YouTube is also a place that is based in, a lot of people hate that, but it's based in the San Francisco Bay Area, and they're as a result, liberalism pervades the whole organization. This is not a Bible Belt-based chat or a social media platform. If it was, it would be entirely different. But because Google is out here and they espouse liberalism and free expression and to some extent even less free speech these days, the basic rule is if you're a female, as long as your nips are covered and your bottom is covered and you have something up the back of your eye, you're all good to go. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times people long for it. It's like any strike, anything, bullying. It doesn't matter how many times you long form something. It doesn't matter if 1,000 people look at it. If the only thing that counts is YouTube looking at that, and YouTube makes the determination about whether it violates the rules or not. Nobody else. As a matter of fact, when there's a huge influx of things like long forming in that tells YouTube there's something unusual, and there may be reverse. Hey, Andres, there may be reverse bullying going on. Okay, reverse bullying going on. You can get a strike, Julio. That's incorrect. Music does get you a strike. Try playing Beach Boys on your Hangout. Fire up a Hangout. Take a Beach Boys song and play it. Watch yourself get a strike. You will not get this music content matches our copyright holder Therefore, we'll take the monetization, we'll give it to this musical group. Okay, sometimes that's the case, but there's a ton of music out there that YouTube does not, that the artists don't allow. You won't find Beach Boys. You will definitely get a strike, 100%. You will get a strike because you broadcast and use something that may not be blocked. It might be on the Hangout. You will get a strike. You will definitely get a strike for that, 100%. Yeah, it depends which music companies, Warner Music Group, Universal Music Group. It also depends on the artist. So regardless of what anybody else may tell you, you will definitely get a strike. And there's plenty of strikes that still come down from music this day, especially if you play that in a Hangout. Okay, so it's very important that you understand that. Okay, that's the basic rule about that. So that covers those three things. Now, what can you do for solutions here? I've already talked about the bullying. Temper your speech, tone it down. You can talk about a person on YouTube, but you don't have to always fillet them and take them down in terms of MF and in terms of about that. I know all about it, Julio. I know all about it. I've been through the system. Okay, I know what results in strikes on music and things. So we'll agree to disagree, and we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to engage in discussion on that. Okay. Now, that's number one. Okay, and how do you fight these things when it comes to bullying and things like that? My advice is just temper your speech, cut down on your, try to avoid the hate part of that looks like you're just teeing off on somebody. Is that hard to do? Sure it is. It's very difficult. Sometimes the thing you want to do is lash out and just bash somebody to pieces on here, but that's something you should avoid. Copyright, simple rule about copyright anything. Never play anybody else's stuff on panel. Okay, never play anybody else's stuff on panel unless that piece belongs and that piece was originally done by that person. It's on the panel. Let's take the case of Harvey. Although he was evidently on a TV show, being on that TV show did not entitle him to be able to willy-nilly rebroadcast that show with him on that particular episode. Even that small bit of show will result in a automatic strike on that, because that show has been registered into the copyright system. So the real simple rule of thumb, in my case, I don't allow anybody else to roll any material, whether they own it or not, on a Hangout. I may make rare exceptions if I know the person, but that's the ultimate protection for yourself, is to only roll material that you created or numbered or have permission to use, or number two, that you're quite sure that content creator that you're having on your panel, it's their own material as opposed to a show that they say that they were on, anything like that. Okay? Anything like that is going to get you into big trouble. In the case of Harvey, like I say, Harvey is relatively new to being an uploader on YouTube, and I don't believe that he knew all of the aspects of copyright and what it means. He might be one of those people that think, well, I was in the show, so therefore I have a right to share that with other people. Not necessarily the case. How about a commentary on a YouTube vlog? Yeah, what does that mean, Ronan Leaf? A commentary on that. What does that mean? Yeah, that's right, Julio. 100% correct. Simulcasting is not copyright; it's piracy. That's correct. That's it. If the content being restreamed is monetized. Plus, Plus, YouTube frowns on people rebroadcasting other people's streams, whether it's copyrighted or not. Okay, especially a stream in its entirety. It's not a fair use thing anymore. It's just a use beyond what fair use was ever intended to be. Okay, so that's it. So for the copyright, that's what I say. Only put up your own material. And if you're going to be doing regular hangouts and having your own thing, don't put anybody else's material up. Okay? Don't put anybody else's material up. Okay? That's the ultimate safeguard. Susie said, remember when you and Jen played radio and morning, sang, but changed words? Never got in trouble for that. No, because even back then they had a content match. And even then, the amount that played was so short. Now, in those days, you could do up to 30 seconds. And, you could do 30 seconds of music. Now I notice on some of my streams that I'm doing in the workshop, as little as 15 seconds can now get caught and matched. And that's it. You don't get the monetization on that. Let's see. Kenny G said, I have a feeling YouTube's algorithm is going to get injected with steroids soon. You know what, Kenny? They got a really narrow path to walk. They have a really narrow path to walk. YouTube, they've cut off monetization for people under 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. They have to be careful how much they clamp down on stuff, because remember, it's the people that first come on. They're like the minor leagues, right? They're like Sandlot Ball. You come on, you have a channel, you have as few subscribers, then your channel grows. People got a little monetization, maybe $100. They felt a little rewarded. But now you're cutting off a little bit of your minor leagues in here. Some people might want to come on and say, hey, it's fun to do video and you can actually make money. Well, not anymore. They might say, I'm a very creative person. I think this would be a good platform to me. But holy smokes, now they just pull the rug out from under a lot of people. Reaction about the vlog. No, I've never gotten in 6 years, I've never gotten a copyright strike. Ever. Yeah, break. Yeah, this is like a notice some got a few weeks ago. Speaking from a writer's point of view, we spend months writing, recording songs, so most of it's just to mention is fine. A lot of people are, Billy. The song I play at the intro here is by a artist named White Sand, and that song was called Eternity that I play at the beginning. He allows people to use the music. But I thought better than that, give the guy a little bit of a tip too. And I'm very happy that, I have tipped him out. He does have a PayPal. I've tipped him out because I felt like if he's taken that time to do such beautiful music, he should be rewarded beyond just allowing people to use his music. That's for sure. Now, if you get a copyright strike, like I said, you can always contact a copyright holder. There's a human being that'll review that and say, oh, okay, they have the ability, and it can happen pretty fast. They have the ability to retract and remove that. One time I had a strike, but it never stuck for a song that was used years ago in the workshop when doing a vintage audio rebuild. And I wrote the copyright holder and I said, sorry, I was doing demonstrating this Sony stereo system, and I didn't mean to intentionally, step on your copyright. And they wrote me back, give us a link to the video and the section, and then they re-looked at it and they pulled they reversed that strike. So that was good. Tasha says, I got one for using classical music that was public domain. That'll happen all the time. You usually get a content match. I put up something I put up something called, Reefer Madness, which is the ultimate 1930s anti-marijuana, the first real public anti-marijuana movie. It's in the public domain by the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office, I believe, paid for the money. Hey, Cal, paid to have that done. But you got to understand also that on YouTube, you have copyright squatters, and sadly, some of them are YouTube companies. Some of those, Rumblefish is an associated company of YouTube. And what they do is these little bots go around and they crawl around and they will look at public domain video. And some individual people will look at big time public domain stuff like Reefer Madness and other famous now public domain. Night of the Living Dead is another perfect example. It's a public domain movie. As big as that is, and as big as a cult classic as it is, and it's in the public domain, anybody can upload it and use it. But the problem is, it doesn't mean that somebody won't come after you from XYZ company and say, we own this music part of this. And it's like, brother, you weren't even around when this movie was made. These are called copyright squatters. And if you give up your claim, if you just say, "Ooh, I better back off because I got this notification from Rumblefish. I better not fight this. Ooh, I'm glad that they didn't strike me for their great movie, Night of the Living Dead." Bull crap. You fight that and say, this is in the public domain, blah, 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 and all of a sudden you get a notification. Good news, dear Rosie O'Kelly, good news. XYZ has released their claim on your, they'll do this stuff all the time. Yeah, Rosie, YouTube really comes down on spurious. Yeah, if you make copyright takes some investigation too. And if you just willy-nilly, like Linda said, come down hard on spurious copyright claims, yeah, that can be automatic channel termination. Take care, Kevin. Take care. Okay, take care, Cobra John. Like I said, this is going to be a short one today. I have some other things I want to do, but I just want to say hugs to you, Monica. Now, a lot of you are never going to upload content. It's not ever going to matter. But for those of you who do, we saw a case this morning of somebody sharing on a Hangout some show that they were a part of, in this case, Harvey. And, getting that hit, it just happened to be on Dave the Fisherman's Hangout. So things like that can happen. Just make hard and fast rules. I'm the only one that shares stuff on here. Nobody else does anything. Then you never have to worry about that. You never have to worry about that issue coming up. Now, if you get terminated, and I've done a lot of videos about coming back from termination, is anybody, in my opinion, unless you're a serial copyright violator or you're a proven bully on here, except for those two cases, I truly and firmly believe that anybody can get their channel reinstated on YouTube. Okay? The trick is you have to be persistent in your communications with YouTube, even though at that point you think it's going in customer support at youtube.com. You don't think anybody's reading it. You continue to appeal. You don't do it on a daily basis. But after a time, God did in my case, after about 2 months or so, YouTube started to communicate with me about that. We'll re-review, blah, blah, blah. And then ultimately, when they looked into it, once that 3 months had passed of that last strike, they looked into it for the first time ever. They took a close look and they reversed some of the prior strikes, which automatically reinstated the channel. Okay, so I really believe that short of bullying and copyright stuff, I firmly believe anybody can get their YouTube channels back. The easiest actually is adult content. The hardest is copyright. and copyright and bullying. That's exceedingly difficult. Well, Curno, free speech. This is not, YouTube is not a free speech platform. This is a private corporation. As Stellar says, this is a place where we have a free gift. He calls it a free gift to use and share on this, you know, to be able to share on a platform like this. Unlike him, I don't think YouTube will ever terminate because it's not in their interest to do so. When you're YouTube and your operation and your view count and your eyeballs are bigger than cable TV and commercial broadcasting TV, where more people are turning into YouTube and canceling cable and stuff, you better believe no company in their right mind is going to walk away from and close down that kind of venue with Hangouts or anything like that. Hello, Joey D. Nice to see you. Yeah, my mods have a very light hand in here, because if you try to block people, only the most distasteful stuff, but if you try to block people, they're going to come back anyway. You know, it's like they have 100 channels. It's like if you try to block out Joe King, good luck. Joe King's always going to be there. Plain and simple. Joe King is always going to be, no matter how many times somebody might think they're booting him out, he's always going to be there for sure. Not sure. We might be doing, I got a gift thing for some Mexican tonight, depending on the weather. Missy Jenn and we may push over for a live stream. We have to keep an eye on the weather. We got a horrendous weather front moving in for the next 3 months, but it's supposed to start tonight. The rain, so we shall see. Choose your battles. That's right, Oda May. Hello, Deb the RN. Nice to see you. Choose your battles. Yeah, Oda May is an outstanding moderator. She's not here to kiss my back end. That's for damn sure. And she'll, you know, she's here to chat like everybody else. Sometimes she, in an Oda May way, she'll speak her opinion and lay it out for me. But she's not here to. She's here to take care and make sure nobody's getting, you know, bashed around on the side chat over there. So Sean's about to be booted. Other than that, you know, I know I've been on the outs with some people here on YouTube, but slowly, as will be worked out over the coming weeks and hopefully months, things will get right again. You know, as long as we have heart down here, I think everything is possible. Did you boot Drury, Sean? Was Drury on a hangout and you gave him the royal boot? Hi, Rosie. If you're recording, singing yourself in a recording booth from the 80s and you upload it, is that a copyright since you paid to do? Yeah, see, that is a copyright, Simon. Because what you're doing, at best they come to you and say you can split that. If you're doing a cover and it's picked up, that song, it'll ask you, is this a cover song? And if you check yes, some of those artists allow you to do, and they will split that monetization with you. Okay? Oh, when you took all the ranches, yeah. Well, it's a much simpler operation now. Plus, yeah, it's cold with high winds. I know, Joe. Long as it's not raining, we can probably venture out, push in the chair, and take Jen along, get her out in a little bit of air. But for now, my mods, especially since they're, since I believe that mods should earn some degree of compensation that comes to the channel holder that does Hangouts, then it's a different story here now. So it's a very small core of people. Some people have chosen to just not. I don't think Juice wants to mod anymore, which is fine. I think Juice wants to just be able to come and go without all that. Yeah, check the YouTube policy pages. That's a good thing. Take a song in your creator studio. Under create, you'll see 2 separate tabs. YouTube policy down there, and also YouTube's own music, which I like to use. Stay away from copyrighted music if you can, or just be prepared that that artist will get them. But I always search down in there to see if it's allowed. If you look at Beach Boys, Good Vibration, it's blocked and not able to be monetized. It's blocked worldwide. Okay, so you can't monetize it. You can probably upload it, but if you use that on a Hangout nowadays, you get a small little notification while you're doing your Hangout stream, and you just roll. Because it happened to me when I was doing some of the music and demonstrating some of the things on the wall. Little thing came up. YouTube will terminate this live stream if music continues to be played. Okay, guess what I did? I stopped the live stream at that point. Okay. Yeah, use the word, put the word cover on there, and also YouTube will recognize your singing. It'll recognize the song, but it won't recognize that as the original artist. Okay, it'll give you a chance to say, yes, this is a cover. Okay. Yeah, take it along an umbrella. Yeah, I don't know when the rain is supposed to hit. We may not even be able to make it, but I will be doing a hangout this evening. It'll be adult content. It'll be we'll have a lot of fun. So yeah, Drury's okay. Drury's all right. You know, a lot of people don't know. They don't know the whole history of Drury here and all that. Dave, Juice, and others turned on Harvey. Well, I think Harvey will be all right. I put this out as kind of an explanation. There wasn't a bit. There you go. I don't want any snow. There wasn't a bit of understanding or recognition or vaguest notion on Harvey's part that he was doing something that he shouldn't do. Because in his own, where he has that clip, in his own YouTube video manager, it tells him, you know, you're not monetizing it, but you're allowed to use that. But that does not necessarily pertain to somebody else's channel. So it's good to know before you put up content. A lot of people are never going to put up content. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Harvey's a big boy. Harvey's going to be able to handle it. I mean, Harvey was in Her Majesty's service. I'm not worried about Harvey. Take a day off, relax. Things will work out. So try to watch you live stream when I'm on the Tonight Show. Sneak and watch, yeah. YouTube's supposed to be about entertainment. Hey, 60s flower child, no worries. And if you haven't yet, just take a second and thumbs up the stream. That's nice. Show a little love. Trying to do something to help some people out and maybe get some people to chill out a little bit on here. So, meanwhile, I've got some effort to do to reaching out to some people, and yeah, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a typical, you know, kind of Italiano. He's all, you know, hard and everything like that. And Harvey will be loved down here. Nathan, if it ever stops raining, the drone will go up. We want to put it over the. We want to put it over the. We want to put it over the Temple of Doom. You know, let me. Okay, we want to put it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna work with that. Let's see. Cold Black Heart. Yes, I put it up in the rain in Petaluma, and it's just got all over the lens. The thing can fly in the rain, but you know, the higher you go, then the rain starts to go sideways, and it's hitting the lens, and you can't see anything. Hey, RB Radio, good morning to you. Yeah, we've had a drone, 60s Flower Child. Please go to my channel called Rosie Murphy. Okay, maybe Oda May can pop a link for the Rosie Murphy channel down there. You will see on my front page, as I have it divided, there's something called drone flights on there. Okay, we've flown drones over Beverly Hills. We've flown drones over Jed Clampett's mansion in Beverly Hills. Look at that 4K. That thing is really catching fire over there. Okay, we've flown drones over Santa Rosa, over the schoolhouse. It's featured in the movie The Birds. Okay, lots of really cool. Missy Jenn's doing okay. Thank you. I'd like to try to get her out of the house a little bit today. Hi, free samples. Look at some of those drone flights on there that we took. Okay. But I can't fly it in the rain anymore in inclement weather. I'm tired of the rain too. The whole country, I mean, the United States is just it's a weather hell, the United States, between tornadoes and blasting cold fronts and drought and blizzards and the whole schmear. This country's got like the worst weather in the world, period. Luna, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, we should pull our money to build an R. My heritage is from Galway down in Southern Ireland. That's where my family comes out of, Galway. How about Black Beach? Good place for a drone. Isn't that where all the naked? I'd like to go down. I would never be naked, but I'd go down on a topless down there. Is that Black Beach? Is in San Diego? Jen and I were going to go down, but she can't negotiate that cliff down. She can't negotiate that. Yeah, the weather just sucks here, North America. You know, for 2 weeks we have nothing but 30, 40 with rain. That's nuts. I'm about to lose it too. I'm about to lose it out here. Oh, you were in County Galway. Julio's evil twin. Did you see Galway Bay? Did you go down to Galway Bay? That's supposed to be very beautiful down there. It's supposed to be very beautiful. That's where my family is out of. Okay, and how did you like that, Julio? What did you think of? Be nice about the Irish there, but what? Julio being like, I like the view, but I didn't. I didn't like the people down there. They're like Rosie. They're idiots. They drink too much. They talk too much. Oh, shit. The stuff Julio's seen down in this place is beyond belief. Beyond belief. County Kerry is the most stunning. That's cool. I hope to get to Ireland one day. I hope to get back to Hong Kong and show you guys Hong Kong and my China, my Hong Kong, and all the places I went and all the experiences in Taiwan and Manila and the Philippines. It's cool. Oh, you're going back there in July. That's awesome. That's great. That's good, but I think people would really get a blast out of, Hong Kong and China. But for live stream, it's a lot more problematic because, their daytime is our nighttime and vice versa. So, yeah, Hong Kong was wonderful. Just to show people, hey, 180, what's going on? Just to show people around would be amazing. The things that they wouldn't see. There we go. The king is here. Hey, RV Shadow. I hope you got my reply on there today. And if you need any parts from me, let me know. I have boxes and boxes of stuff here of caps and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and end this. Oh yeah, it's cool. You and Yuri plan on traveling across raising hell along. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I want this to be, relatives are buried there. Yeah, I think it's definitely some relatives buried there. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's been raining all day. So I want to thank you guys for being along. Take care, Kim C. Thank you, Julio. Been an honor to see you in here today. RV Radio, Nathan, everybody. And I really appreciate you taking time to stop by. I just want this to be a very narrow cast. And some other stuff coming up today, but now I need to get into contact with somebody that I like a lot, that I got a little bit of repair work to do. So y'all have a good day. Thank you, Odame, for yeoman duty, woman duty as usual. Thank you very much.